Let's talk about hair, baby. Let's talk about you and me. I know that was corny. Welcome back to my channel, guys. I am sharing with you that I finally got my Braidlocs installed and I'm so excited. Since I'm new here to YouTube, I figured I'd give a little bit of history regarding my hair and how I got here to Braidlocs. I grew up like most black women trying everything under the sun. I've had texturizers, I've had a curl, I've had a relaxer, I've gone natural. So I have had quite the journey, and yeah, let's hop into it. Now, I don't know if it translates on camera, but I have very thick hair. My hair is dense and I have very thick hair strands. So I got blessed with both. I love it. I honestly love my hair, even with all of the challenges and ups and downs that it has brought me over the years. I love the texture of my hair. I love what my hair embodies. I love everything about being natural. And I've been natural, so okay, little backstory. My entire life, I have been told by every single person that has done my hair, who has played in my hair, girl, you got a lot of hair. So much so that I had to start at a very young age letting people know in advance, like, I do have a lot of hair. If that's an issue, if you're not used to working with thicker hair, especially tightly coiled hair, if I was gonna put it on a grading system, it would definitely be 4C. And so yeah, I think I had to start giving disclaimers, and people would be like, oh yeah, I can handle it. I can manage thick hair. I do thick hair all the time. Then they would get to my head and they would be like, I didn't know it was this thick. So yeah, that is, I remember, oh my gosh, my mom breaking combs in my hair growing up. It was just a whole journey. So I have 3 sisters. There's 4 of us girls, and we're all natural at this point. But I remember growing up, I was the only one. My mom was like breaking combs in my hair to get it done and get it styled. My earliest memory is probably of in elementary school getting my hair pressed with a hot comb. I remember specifically because I would get burns on my ear. And then after that, I think my mom did try either a curl or a texturizer on my hair, but that didn't last very long. And I didn't get my first relaxer until I was about 12 years old, when I was in 6th grade. And I specifically remember having to get 2 relaxer applications, not in the same day, but I think we maybe waited a week apart, if I can remember correctly. But I had to get 2 relaxer applications pretty much back to back in order to get my hair to take to the relaxer. So I want to insert the Lil Wayne tougher than Nigerian hair. I am half Nigerian. My father's Nigerian, so I definitely got blessed with that from him. And I pretty much wore a relaxer from 6th grade until about the summer of 2013. 2013, I was done with school. At that time, I had finished my BSN in nursing, and I don't know specifically what made me chop it off. If I'm being really honest, I think the natural hair movement was picking up steam. And so I was seeing a lot more people who had natural hair. And I was like, you know what? I really don't like my hair relaxed. I don't like the process of relaxing. I don't like the chemicals on my hair. So I was like, I'm gonna chop it. So I cut all of my hair off. I had a little bitty TWA, and that was the summer of 2013. And once I cut my hair in 2013, I never looked back. I've never had a relaxer. I've never had any other chemical on my hair. And so even with that being said, I have to admit that the learning curve was steep, especially because it was new. I didn't really know what products to use on my hair. So like many of us, I had a huge collection of everything. Protein treatments, I mean, all of the things, clarifying shampoos and regular shampoos, moisturizers, leave-in, and the one that you rinse out. I had every product, and I have 3 sisters, and we all went natural within the same year, maybe within 6 months to a year of each other. So imagine all of the products, the tools, and everything that we had in our house. It was good times for sure. Now during this time, I did continue to wear things like faux locks, traditional box braids, knotless box braids, crochet braids. traditional sew-ins, and all of the things in between. I tried everything, I did everything, and I love that about being a Black woman. I love the diversity that we have, all of the different styles that we can try out. And so I enjoyed that period of letting my natural hair kind of thrive and do its thing, and also still being able to try out and experiment with different hairstyles. And even with the freedom of trying all of the different styles out, yeah, I really wanted to just wear my hair out. I really do love my hair, and the styles where I would do a twist out and it would come out right. I really enjoyed the freedom of being able to wear my hair out, how it looked, how it complimented me. And so when the pandemic started, I was going through a lot of ups and downs and transitions in life. And so I think it was about May or June of 2020, I did a second big chop and I cut off all my hair. I didn't do a TWA this time. Instead, I was like, I want something a little bit more stylish. And so I had an undercut, and then I left a little bit of length at the top. Initially, it was more short, but as it grew out, I kind of kept the top a little bit longer and the back more cropped. And so I wore it like that for some time, and I enjoyed it. I had never seen myself with short hair in a styled way, to wear it out like that intentionally. And so it was really cool. I dyed it for the first time in my life, so I had a really good time with that. Even though I enjoyed that time period, I realized that having short hair does take a little bit more effort, especially when it's natural and I wasn't straightening it, I wasn't doing anything to it. I felt like it didn't look styled, like it just looked like it was there. And so I ended up growing the top part out a little bit more, and eventually I ended up wearing wigs. And so my wigs held me down. I loved my wig journey, but honestly, my scalp and my head started to say, like, enough is enough. Stop putting things on me. Like, it wanted to, my scalp was literally talking to me. It was like, I want to breathe. Stop it. Please stop it. And so that's one of the reasons why I was like, I gotta find out another solution. There has to be another alternative, because at this point, I am wearing wigs 90% of the time, and that's just not something that I really wanted to do anymore. Another reason that I wanted to find another alternative is in the summer of 2022. You know, during the pandemic, all those 3 years for me were really ups and downs, and then I think everyone's memory kind of just merged together. But it was the summer of 2022. No, it was before the summer of 2022. I learned how to swim, and I am so proud of myself to be able to say that. I know there are so many people of color who do not know how to swim, women in particular, because of our hair, and just it wasn't something that I don't think a lot of us and our families prioritized. But neither here nor there. I learned how to swim, and I'm not an expert by any means, but I remember the summer of 2023, I didn't really get a chance to swim like I had wanted to, because my hair wasn't in styles that would allow me to do so without having the headache of like, what do I do now? So that was another reason that I was like, I gotta find another alternative. I wanna get back to swimming. I wanna become more proficient. And so yeah, that was another reason that contributed. And I think the last thing for me that really kind of pushed me to find another alternative was, yeah, I want freedom. I want the freedom to just live and not have so much time dedicated to my hair. I don't want to have to do black girl math where it's like, let me figure out when I can get my sew in because I'm going on a trip here and I need it to look presentable, or I want it to look a certain way, and I need to plan out how far in advance, like, am I going to get my my braids installed? Like, I didn't want to have to do any of that anymore. I also, because my hair is so thick, finding a stylist that can actually tame my hair and do styles that look nice on it or come out the way that I envisioned them to. Most people don't know how to tame thick 4C hair. That's just the reality of it. So I remember one time I was getting Fulani braids. I was like, I'm so excited, like, cool. I told the lady, hey, I have really thick hair. She was like, no problem. It was a natural hair salon. She was like, I got you. We deal with this all the time. Cool. I got there. I don't know if anybody can relate to this. Having thick hair and knowing that most people cannot manage it, when somebody starts to detangle your hair, the way that they're doing it, the way that it feels, you can automatically tell this person doesn't know what they're doing. Like, they already not holding it right. They're already not like doing the right things. Like, I can tell that they're struggling back there. And that was the case. And the braids did not come out how I wanted to. And it's not that, oh, my hair can't hold the style, because I've had the style before with people who can manage my hair. So finding a stylist that could handle my hair has been a headache, and I found one amazingly beautiful stylist, beautician. She was amazing. During the pandemic, she dipped, and that was another reason why I cut my hair. But I was like, I don't want to keep worrying about finding somebody. They may leave me, and then having to pay extra for certain styles because my hair is so thick. So all of that, I was just like, I want freedom. I want simplicity. I need to find another alternative. So I got Braidlocs. And so I've only been about a month in. And so I'm gonna give you guys the down and dirty that I have so far about my experience. Why did I get Braidlocs as opposed to sister locks, or even starting my locks with 2-strand twist or coils? Honestly, I think for me, so I did a lot of research, a lot of looking at different girls on YouTube, on Instagram, and their journeys and their textures and their patterns. And I really like the texture and the pattern of Braidlocs. I don't think I had the patience to sit to get my hair interlocked from root to tip, so I knew sister locks was not an option. I honestly didn't want thin, like smaller locks, and so sister locks, I think, I haven't done too much research on them because I really wasn't going down that route, but I think you have to have 600 or more in order for them to be considered sister locks. Yeah, let me know if that's true or not. I don't want to be out here spreading false information, but that's what I think I read. And so sister locks was out. And then starting with coils wasn't really my cup of tea. I didn't think with my hair texture that it would really work really well. I didn't research it a lot. That was something that just didn't really pique my fancy, so I put that to the side. And so for me, it was either starting with braids or starting with 2-strand twist. And what eventually led me towards or away from 2-strand twist is I felt like I would experience less shrinkage and less budding with Braidlocs as opposed to 2-strand twist. So yeah, that was really it. But I do love the way that Braidlocs look pattern wise. I know some people don't like the fact that the braid pattern may last years, so a year or two into the lock journey. And for me, that doesn't really bother me. I actually think it looks kind of cool when people have it. So that's why I opted for Braidlocs. When did I get my Braidlocs installed? So this answer is kind of up and down, but the official answer is my installation was completed January 3rd, 2024. Is my hair colored? Yes, my hair is colored. I got a box dye. Like I said, I started coloring my hair when I did my second big chop, and I've been using the same box dye since then. I don't want it to be too light. I just wanted it a little bit lighter. I kind of got used to this color. It's kind of like an auburny color. And I like that as my hair grows out, it doesn't look too wonky. It doesn't have like this harsh line of demarcation. So yes, my hair is dyed, and I will link the color that I used in the description box. Where did I get my Braidlocs installed? So I live in Southern California, and I initially went to a salon who specializes in micro locks, and I had my consultation, was really excited, happy with the person that I was doing my consultation with, and she quoted me $1,700, so $1,700, and I was game. I put my deposit down. I was like, let's rock and roll. We booked a date for my installation. I went about my day. It wasn't no issue. So then I was talking to my baby sister, and I was just telling her like, hey, I'm so excited. Like, I'm gonna get them installed on this date. And I told her the price, and she was like, girl, stop. She was like, girl, I can install your locks. Like when you come to town, so my sister lives in Houston, Texas. And so she's like, when you come into town for the holidays, she's like, I can start your locks at that time. And for me, it was just like, I had never thought of letting my sister start my locks, not because she's not qualified or capable. I just figured, I don't know, it never really crossed my mind to have her start my hair. And I think part of it was I didn't want to wait until going home for the holidays at the end of the year. I was like, I want to do them now. You know how you're itching to do something for so long? And so I was like, I'm ready to pull the trigger and get this journey started. I think part of my anticipation and like antsiness was because I had to wait to grow out the back of my hair because I had the undercut. So I'm like, now I got enough hair back there, like I'm ready to go. But as I thought about it and as we talked it through, I was like, it actually does make sense for her to do it, and it saves me some coins. So I ended up letting my sister, my baby sister, install my Braidlocs. We tackled it over a 7-day period, just taking sections at a time. So she did the parting. And then I'm trying to remember. So she did the parting, and then she would braid the hair like halfway down and leave it, and then, you know, kind of do that throughout the section. And then she would go like do something else. We had a lot going on during that time period. So then I would like braid it down to the end. So we did that primarily all over the head. She would do the parting, braid it halfway. I would braid it the rest of the way. And we tackled it within 7 days. So kudos to us, and shout out to my baby sister. I hope she's watching this. I know she's gonna watch it because now we're here. Started from the bottom, now we're here. One of the reasons that I trusted my sister to do my locks is she has started 3 sets of locks in her own head. She started my younger brother's locks as well. And my sister is a little OCD when it comes to hair. So I'm like, I know she's going to get it right. For me, I wasn't looking for like a perfect grid, even though she did an amazing job. For me, I'm like, it could be freeform, it could be whatever. I just wanted a certain size, and I told her you kind of go from there. How long was my hair when I installed my Braidlocs? So like I said, I'm barely, not even a month in. And at the top, I'm trying to see, I'm gonna sink down here. At the top, my hair is maybe 6 or 7 inches long. And then, like I said, I had an undercut. And so in the back, it's probably, I wanna say about a good 4 inches, 3 to 4 inches in the back. But y'all, this is a guesstimate. I have not taken a ruler and like tried to measure it. I don't care that much. So yeah, that's what I'm starting with. And I actually like how it looks since I have the undercut. It kind of gives it a bob type of feel. So I'm feeling that. How many locks do I have? So I laugh because I think we counted 568 locks, and that was not the plan. The plan was to have about 400. I don't know, I just figured like that would be like a good amount where it wasn't too overwhelming, it wasn't too small. But it's so funny because I prayed the day before we started, and I literally told God, I was like, I don't want to be so bogged down in like getting this exact count. I said, whatever I end up with is whatever I end up with is whatever I'm supposed to end up with. And so, yeah, I have 568 locks on my head, which was not the plan, but I like how they look. So I'm not mad at it at all. How have I maintained my hair? So y'all, I like to march to the beat of my own drum. I know there's a lot of people that have information about like what to do in the beginning, what not to do in the beginning. I was like, I came here for freedom and I came here for peace. So it's been super, super, super low maintenance. All I've done so far is I've sprayed it with water. I've sprayed it with this aloe vera mist spray that I purchased. I don't braid and band it at all at night. When I go to sleep, I just put on a satin bonnet. I have a satin pillowcase as well. If it itches, I will do a little bit of a light oil on my scalp. Nothing too crazy. The first 1 or 2 weeks, it did itch a little bit, mainly in the front and down like the middle. So I put a little oil, but so far, I think I'm in week 3. And it hasn't really been itching as much anymore. So super low maintenance. I haven't done any styles yet. I typically wear it like this. I wake up, I shake it out, and I go, which y'all, top tier. Do I have any regrets or any cons? If I had to choose something, I would say, and I don't know, like I said, if this translates on camera, I feel like my hair sometimes looks kind of flat and limp. And I know there's somebody out there looking at me on this screen asking, how could she say that when she got all this hair on her head? I'm used to my hair being big, and so this feels a little bit flat for me, but I don't necessarily say it's a con or like a negative in any way because I haven't washed my hair yet. I'll probably wash it in the next week or two. And I know that once I like fully saturate my hair, that it will likely shrink and puff up a little bit. So it'll probably give me the volume that I'm looking for. So right now, y'all, I have no complaints. I know that with time, it will also thicken up and all of that. I'm very early in the journey, so that's the only thing that I could think of. Other than that, I don't have any regrets. So there you have it. I'm a lock girly now. And I could not be happier, y'all. I could not be happier. So if any of you guys have been considering braid locks, or you have braid locks, new to the journey, true to the journey, leave a comment below. I would love to hear any insights, any advice. Like I said, I've kind of been marching to the beat of my own drum. If there's something that I absolutely should not be doing or absolutely should be doing, definitely let your girl know. Leave me a comment below. And if you are considering locks, braid locks in particular, if there's any questions that you may have that I did not touch on, that I did not answer, feel free to leave them in the comments below. I look forward to participating and being a part of the lock journey community here on YouTube. I do plan on sharing bits and pieces of my journey, and for sure, I'm excited to wash my hair for the first time, so for sure I'll probably do like a wash day video, what that process was like and what my hair looks like after washing it. And then it gives me a really cool way to be able to see my journey over time, since I'll have it cataloged here online. Alrighty, until the next video.